Following the massive fire at a former furniture factory in Jamestown on Wednesday, city officials are looking ahead to what will likely be an extensive cleanup process. Our Julia Gress with the latest.
Crews brought in heavy equipment to help demolish the former Crawford manufacturing complex after a massive fire broke out on Wednesday.
We're going to obviously have to start pulling some of the building apart in order to be able to fully extinguish it. There's a lot of debris. The debris field is large, as you can see. Certainly it's dangerous to try to go in there and walk around or move anything around by hand.
The location was deemed structurally unsafe and on the verge of a catastrophic collapse earlier this year by Jamestown's Department of Development. In fact, the agency's director, Crystal Surdick, took legal action against the owner in an attempt to address the issue.
It was an old furniture factory, so there were a few floors that still had wood, furniture parts, solvents, furniture refinishing materials, things that you would expect to see in a furniture factory. So, part of that effort, a year ago was to take an inventory of what materials there might be that could be hazardous.
Before the fire, the goal was to either rehab or demolish the building. Ironically, the owner was due in court this Friday. Many remember the building's prime, like Susan Galati Bishop, whose father was the plant manager at Crawford Manufacturing. She reminisces about the smell of the sawdust when she would visit her father.
He started out here as a young man after the Korean War in his early 20s. He started out just as a regular laborer here. He worked his way up, became a superintendent here. I just remember the stories of him learning from some of the old-timers, the people that he made connections with here that taught him things.
Over the years, the building fell into disrepair. The discovery of asbestos slowed hope for any renovation. So far, no chemical hazards have posed a risk to public health and safety following the blaze. One way to prevent fires like this, according to officials, is to keep them occupied.
We've got some policies in the works that would decentivize property owners to just keep their properties vacant and not get tenants in them or occupy them themselves. That's a vacant property ordinance. Holding owners accountable for just sitting on property and not maintaining and letting them, willfully neglecting them.
Julia Gress, WNY News Now.